Hey, Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. Today we're going to talk about 5 benefits of crawl space encapsulation. You know, are you on the fence about whether you should encapsulate the crawl space or leave it open or just throw down loose lay vapor barrier? So we're going to talk about the 5 reasons we feel like you should consider investing in crawl space encapsulation. Stay tuned. If you're new to Crawl Space Ninja, we talk about everything related to crawl spaces, basements, indoor air quality. So we hope you'll subscribe to our channel, ring that notifications bell, and also follow us on Facebook. The number one thing that got me interested in crawl space encapsulation was, many people don't know this, but when I was young, I had asthma. I was always sick, I was in the hospital all the time. So whenever my wife became pregnant with our oldest son, I wanted to try to figure out how to keep him from getting asthma. So I started on this research thing, which is how Crawl Space Ninja actually came into existence. We noticed that a lot of homes out there have horrible indoor air quality. As a matter of fact, the EPA and some of the other World Health Organizations, different things like that, say indoor air pollution is the #1 environmental health concern in the nation and can be 5 to 100 times worse than the air outside. As a matter of fact, the American Academy of Pediatrics says that clean air is as important as medication to infants. So let that sink in for just a moment. And oh, by the way, has your pediatrician told you that? I've always found it interesting. Everybody that I've talked to about that, it doesn't seem like the doctors are really sharing that information. So clean air is as important as medication for the health and well-being of your children. So that being said, improving your crawl space, okay? Encapsulating your crawl space actually improves, or should improve when done properly, your indoor air quality. So just laying down plastic, that's not going to improve your indoor air quality. You should really control humidity and get rid of mold and soil gases and things like that. That's really where you're going to see an improvement to your indoor air quality. And we've got a lot of videos out there that talk about dehumidification and things like that. We've had Brian from April Air. Most people don't realize that viruses and germs and dust mites are all affected by humidity. If your humidity is too low, germs and viruses thrive. If your humidity is too high, dust mites and molds thrive. So there's a really good balance between 35% and 55%, but we like to keep it more between 45 and 55% to improve your air quality. The other thing about improving your crawl space is that your home should be less dusty. I can't tell you how many times we've gone into these loose lay vapor barrier, mud on top of the crawl space or fiberglass between the joists. It's just very dusty down there. So by cleaning all that up, encapsulating the crawl space, it should make your heating and air system move less dust throughout the house, and your filter will actually be able to get ahead of the dust issue in the future. So that's another benefit of crawl space encapsulation, as well as controlling pathogens. And oh, by the way, dust mites feed on dust. So the less dusty the house, the less dust mites you should have to deal with as well. Okay, so the second benefit of crawl space encapsulation is that you'll avoid structural issues. Molds and fungus actually destroy wood, destroy subfloors, destroy joists. And you know what? A moldy piece of wood, from what I've been reading, is more attractive to a termite because it is easier for them to digest. So by getting rid of the moisture and the mold, it should preserve your subfloor, preserve your home, especially these newer homes. They're built with very green wood nowadays. It's not like back in the early 1900s where they used rough sawn oak. Now they're using some form of pine or spruce, which is a softer wood in general anyway. So by controlling humidity, controlling the wood moisture level, you're going to reduce the ability for funguses and termites to find the wood in your crawl space very attractive. And a properly encapsulated and insulated crawl space should also reduce your energy costs. That's number 3. So you should see over time a better energy savings. Now, don't like, hey, I didn't save 25% on my bill, you lied to me. No, because normally the energy companies go up about the time you improve your energy. So you may not even see a benefit as far as a cost analysis, but if your energy goes up and your savings goes up, that may not translate to your energy bill being less, but keep in mind that the crawl space is the number 2 place, the basement and the crawl space are the number 2 place in your home that you should insulate. And there's a lot of contractors going the other way with that. They're telling you you don't need to insulate, you don't need to air seal. We actually feel like insulation and air sealing are top priority in the crawl space, as well as controlling humidity, which should make your heating and air system work less hard, because part of the HVAC's job is to remove humidity as it cools the air. So if the humidity level is already between 45 and 55%, you should also see a benefit there, because most of the money that we spend as homeowners is heating and cooling our home. Now this one is maybe one you won't think about until it actually happens, but you should see comfort improved as well if you properly encapsulate the crawl space with air sealing and, again, insulation. Not only will it save you money, or should save you money, but it should increase the comfort level of your home. You'll be less drafty. Your heating and air unit can hit that target temperature faster, which will save you more money. Also, the lower humidity will make you feel cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. Whenever my son and I went out to Denver, Colorado, you know, it was like 20% humidity out there, and it was negative 12 degrees, and it barely felt cold. No, it was cold, but compared to a 30-degree rainy day in Tennessee, I think that feels bone-chilling cold. So humidity does affect how you feel. So by lowering humidity, encapsulating the crawl space, air sealing, you should notice and be more comfortable in your home. And the last thing, number 5, is it should reduce the amount of pests that want to gain access to the crawl space. I've already talked about termites and their relationship with mold and all that sort of thing. But if you don't have the fiberglass up in the joist, that's less nesting material for mice. And then, oh, by the way, there's mice. Then you got a rat snake or two climbing up in there. As a matter of fact, in Delaware, Paul sent us a picture of a pretty little rat snake hanging out of the insulation. So there's different things you can do. You can install rat slabs. You can seal up around the HVAC entry point if your HVAC comes from the outside into the crawl space. Those are things that a good crawl space encapsulation company will take care of during encapsulation. If you live down near a bog or down in Louisiana or something like that, where you got a lot of muskrats and different things trying to get in the crawl space, or ground squirrels, you may have to put in a rat slab. That's not really something we do. We still try to focus on vapor barrier installation. But those are all things that can be addressed by putting in foam board or putting in some kind of screening material to keep those pests out while you encapsulate the crawl space. So those are the 5 benefits that we came up with for crawl space encapsulation. And believe it or not, the number 1 reason why we do what we do is because of air quality. The others are side benefits. You know, as long as I can improve the air quality in our customers' home, it's going to keep them healthier and happier for years to come. So my name is Michael Church with Crawl Space Ninja. We hope you make it a happy and blessed day. We'll see you later.